Hey everyone, welcome to Daily News Analysis. Today we are going to discuss some news that is relevant. Chandrayaan 3 has already left and it remains to be seen what happens now. And there is a lot of development as far as politics is concerned, sports is concerned, business is concerned. So let's start with the first news that talks about this ordinance regarding the Delhi ordinance. If you remember, there was this news where it was said that bureaucracy is under the chief minister of Delhi and not the lieutenant governor. However, the government has listed this bill to replace the contentious ordinance on Delhi services for the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament that will begin on 20th July. The ordinance amending the government of NCT 1991 curtails Delhi government's power over bureaucracy. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal met the heads of various opposition parties over the last month, gathering support for Aam Aadmi Party's campaign against the bill. So, in this monsoon session, 21 new bills will be passed. A total of 21 new bills have been listed for the session with 17 settings as per a bulletin issued by the Lok Sabha Secretariat. And addition to this Delhi ordinance, there are other bills like this Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Bill and this Multi-State Cooperative Societies Amendment Bill. The monsoon session of the Parliament will begin on 20th July and will continue till 11th August. Three people have got life sentence because they chopped the hand of this Kerala professor, who used to teach Malayalam at the Newman College in this Thodu Puja. He set a question paper that was a bit, something about Prophet Muhammad and which was seen as a blasphemy. T.J. Joseph, he was attacked in 2010 by the now banned Popular Front of India for alleged blasphemy in a question paper sent by him, and they cut his hand and it was very consequently the wife got into depression and later committed suicide, so it was very serious, and the court took it very seriously. The court said that the convicts did not serve any leniency. They committed a terrorist act, which is a challenge to the secular fabric of the country. It attempted to establish a parallel religious judicial system that is absolutely illegal, illegitimate, and unconstitutional. It has no place in independent India. The most uncivilized act cannot be countenanced at all. The court further said that citizens had a fundamental and human right from any kind of fear, threat, danger, or insecurity at the hands of antisocial elements. And the judge said and referred to how the prosecutor's submission of the convicts had no feeling of remorse. In another case, High Court has refused to stay call for applicants for UPSC mains. So the people writing the UPSC examination, they had called to stay the UPSC mains applications, but that has been refused by the High Court. And in another Delhi High Court, this is also from Delhi High Court. Delhi High Court has discharged Gurumurthy in contempt case. So Gurumurthy is the editor of a Tamil weekly Tughlaq, and in 2018 there was a contempt case against him. The case was initiated against him for a tweet against Justice Muralidhar, who was then a judge of Delhi High Court. The tweet criticized the decision of a bench led by judge for granting protection to Congress member of Parliament Karti Chidambaram in the INX media case. The court said that Gurumurthy had appeared before the court and expressed remorse. Here, Kirloskar has moved to a High Court to stop share sale. So, Vijay Ravindra Kirloskar, who is the chairman of a Bangalore-based Kirloskar Electric Company, has moved the High Court of Karnataka seeking a direction to several persons, and that includes one of his nephews and a family friend, from alienating or transferring around 2.51 crore shares, which worth around 555 crore, of TD Power System Limited, which was a company founded by him in 1999. Situation is in Delhi is not so good as far as this flood situation is concerned. So Yamuna makes further ingress and Delhi is facing crisis. The roads near important locations including Red Fort, Income Tax Office area, civil lines were flooded. Number of areas further away from the river were also inundated. And a day after hitting a 60-year high, the water level of the Yamuna continued to rise in the national capital on Thursday. Flood water submerged areas close to the river's floodplains, closed arterial roads, and hit the city's water supply. More than 23,000 people were evacuated. All educational institutions were shut, and the government asked most employees to work from home. In another case, the Bombay High Court has asked that do IT rules apply to print media also, or only the social media intermediaries? So there is a division bench of Justice Gautam Patel and Neela Gokhale. They were hearing a bunch of petitions filed by political satirist Kunal Kamra, the Editors Guild of India, the Association of Indian Magazines, and regional channels challenging the constitutional validity of IT Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code Amendment Rules 2023. European Parliament has asked India to act promptly to end Manipur violence. So as you know that Manipur violence has been very serious issue in India since May of this year, and European Parliament has been consistently talking about it. But the government is not very happy about their interference. The Minister of External Affairs spokesperson Arindam Bagchi calls the move unacceptable and reflective of a colonial mindset. The resolution seeks to protect protection to Christian community. They also criticize the Modi government's policies since 2014 and ask the center to accept democratic functioning. Now, as you know, that Prime Minister Modi is already in France. He is in Paris, and in another city of France, that is Strasbourg, the European Parliament called out the Indian government to act promptly to halt the violence in Manipur and protect religious minorities. The resolution was passed by a show of hands after a debate on the issue. The government called the EU legislation action unacceptable. Our government called it unacceptable. 173 gigawatt renewable energy capacity has been achieved by India so far. This includes 16.82 gigawatt of solar, 43.19 gigawatt of wind energy, 46.85 gigawatt of large hydro, and 4.94 gigawatt of small hydro. Another RE capacity of 120 gigawatt is under various stages of implementation. The first installation from IMF's bailout deal, $1.2 billion has been received by Pakistan as the first installation from International Monetary Fund. Pakistan's central bank received the installment aimed to helping the impoverished nation avoid defaulting on its debt repayment. 12.4% of China's export declined last month. So exports are a key pillar of growth in China, but apart from a brief rebound in March-April, they have declined since October 2022. Here the government has curbed the gold imports to check rising shipment through Indonesia. Actually, what happened was that there is a sudden spurt in duty-free imports of gold jewelry from Indonesia under the India-ASEAN Free Trade Agreement. It was a key reason for the Indian government's decision to ban shipments of certain gold jewelry products. What the center suspects is that the gold is being rerouted into India from other countries without payment of any duty under the FTA, as Indonesia was never known for exporting gold jewelry to India. Uh, we have a rival to ChatGPT. Google has launched a ChatGPT rival, Bard, B-A-R-D, Bard in European Union and other nations. So Google launched its AI chatbot Bard in the European Union, Brazil, and several other nations on Thursday, entering a key market in its race against Microsoft-backed ChatGPT. Now this, as you know, that Prime Minister Modi is in Paris. So India has also approved plan to buy 26 Rafale M jets. So 22 single seat fighters will join aircraft carriers, and the remaining four will be twin seater trainers. Purchase of three more Scorpion class diesel electric submarines from France also gets approved. As far as election in Thailand is concerned, the leader Pita has lost vote to become the prime minister. However, he said that he will not give up, and he said that although he was not accepted in the first round, but he would strategize to win a second round. Now, Thailand's parliament, they rejected a bid by the reformist Pita, who heads a coalition that won a May election to become prime minister. Now it remains to be seen who becomes the prime minister now. As far as the G20 meeting is concerned, India is saying that Ukraine war is not our priority. Russia and China have rejected the language on Ukraine that the G7 nations insist on including. Now the Sherpa for G20 from India, that is Amitabh Kant, he says that it is at present being discussed bilaterally, not in full G20 group. We have this African Union membership were more important for India, and this is not the priority. We have the top US and Chinese diplomats meeting at ASEAN talks. The top US and Chinese diplomats they met for the second time in 2 months, seeking to manage the tensions that rise, flaring anew over alleged Chinese hacking. The US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and Wang Yi, who is the China's top foreign policy official, they saw each other on the sidelines of Association of Southeast Asian Nations (ASEAN) talks in the Indonesian capital. For the first time in 63 years, Hollywood has gone, for strike. So Hollywood said for first shutdown strike since 1960 over pay demand. Now this is something that is new, because the Hollywood actors, they are joining the writers in the first industry-wide shutdown in 63 years, with nearly all film and television division production likely to grind to a halt. The Food and Drugs Administration in the US has approved a once-a-day Opil, which is the nation's first over-the-counter birth control pill, in a landmark decision. The manufacturer, which is Ireland-based Perrigo, they will start the shipment early next year, and there will be no age restrictions on sale. Very important news for today. Now that it was Chandrayaan 3, it lifted off at 2:35 p.m. The ISRO has completed. Of course, this it has already been done before the news was there. So the VSSE, now the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center unit, it also undertook some system checkouts ahead of Chandrayaan 3 launch. The facility allows the ISRO to remotely carry out system checkouts on the launch vehicle prior to a mission. So all the checks were done before the launch, and the launch was successful, and it remains to see that what are the further news coming regarding its development. In sports, we have Antil, who is the gold medal winner, Sumit Antil. He scripted a world record in F64 javelin throw with the best attempt of 70.83 meters at the World Para Athletics Champions in Paris. Until he bettered his own record of 70.17 meter he had registered in May last year. That's all for right now. Thank you so much. See you in the next session. Till then, have a good day. Goodbye.